Captain Foley here. Puggins, come here. Come here, Puggins. Do you want to be in the video? There's the Puggins. Sit, sit. Sit. Yeah. Did you miss Dieters? Did you miss Dieters when he was away? Yeah, you did. I'm back home, guys, so good to see you guys. Not up in the ready room today, though. Let me get the chat pulled up here, guys. There you go, Puggins. All right. Let's see. All right. Well, good to see you guys. This way a bit. There we go. So we are here to talk about it. Holy schniga. Got a lot of super chats already, which is fantastic. So let's just get into those, shall we? Preston M puts in $20. So thank you very much, Preston. Oh, and have a super chat while I'm at it. Thank you so much. Oh, he's got to be at work. Won't be here. Oh, well, thank you. BJ Turan, member for 12 months at the rank of Commander. So thank you so much. Really enjoyed this episode. True Star Trek. Absolutely. Totally agree. BJ Turan, $2. New Vulcan cast member. Loved the Vulcan Cruiser. Oh, the Vulcan Cruiser was sexy. We have ships to talk about, guys. As you guys might know, Trekyards likes ships. Just saying. Just saying. RJB1714 throws in $20. Wow, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Really enjoyed this episode. So far, my favorite in the series. Favorite part was the Packlet ship retreating with that awesome music. The music was phenomenal, very evocative of the like a movie soundtrack, and battles all over the place, ships firing, true ship porn in this one, and it's fantastic. So yes, all the yeses. Yeah, pumpkin spice. Oh, Cerritos, got it. LOL. Yeah, it makes me wonder though, if the disco Discovery shirts have disco and the Cerritos shirts have Ritos, what does the Enterprise have? Enter or prize? Enter for your chance to win a prize. I don't know. Siri would be better. I kind of agree. Everybody's saying this is like the best episode of season 2. I tend to agree. It's very Star Trekian. The last week's was also fantastic. So, hold on, let me just. There we go. So yeah, best of the season probably, yes. Plus we got ships, and it's always a good thing. So this is my little Targ. She's being a bit of a diva, but that's okay. So yeah. Let's see. I'm here despite having COVID, says Jeremy. Well, thank you very much, Jeremy, for joining us. Hope you feel better soon. Sorry about you having COVID. That absolutely sucks, man. Olivia Julius, $5. Nice to see how Fleetpaw used to live serving on the lower decks of a Klingon cruiser. Yes. Let's see. Avoid death and cower. The Klingon captain reminded me of a Duras, maybe a cousin. A multi-crew lower decks was a good idea. Would be fun if T'Lyn was eventually put on the Cerritos. The end credits. Yeah, the end credits were great. The Borg regenerating. Joseph Loveboy was Go Climb a Rock shirt. Well, obviously direct reference to Kirk's shirt in Star Trek V, as were the rocket boots. So nice hybrid of Spock and Kirk there. I've got a nasty itch on my back. And an itch is a bitch in disguise. Matt Bourbon says, I got a great Wrath of Khan soundtrack vibe from the music. Hell yeah, absolutely. Um, Matt Boardman, bahaha, half the crew has entered, the other half has prize. Maybe that's how it works, yeah. Um, AR says easily my favorite episode of the series so far. The series, there you go. I think a lot of people are going to agree with that. This was a fun episode, and not only fun, it took the comedy aspect of Lower Decks, and still made a very Star Trekian story. Sorry, Sylvia's outside. She'll be in a minute, but Dot's like scratching at the door to get out. Olivia Julius, $5. Please note the Cerritos can last in a battle at longer than a top of the line ship without modifications. It's a very good point. That is a top of the line Vulcan ship. You're absolutely right, and a new design, which is fantastic. But it is a science vessel still, so don't know if that matters. Probably not. Fleet Paw throws in $5. This week blew last week's out of the water and into a different ocean. Best of the season for sure. Well, there you go. That's a pretty big, pretty big statement. I think I probably agree. Pug, do you agree? This is my Puggins. She's just being lazy. She missed me while I was gone, though. You guys didn't. You guys got to see me. But she missed me. Heroic entrance, or Riker and Titan always win out for the entire season until they bring Picard or Kirk into the fold somehow. Drool-worthy ships. The Vulcan ship was amazing. How are they going to top this next week? I don't know, but next week is the series or the season finale. Not the series finale. I hope not, because they're already doing season 3. But it is the season finale, so it should be better than the last two, I gotta say. And I'm excited for that revelation. I loved the Shax part where don't mention Bajor. No. Fighting fascism as a full-time job. Just remind me of Cure every time. I was in the Resistance and I didn't have fun and nah. Fleet Paw Swiftback, $2. Do you get Enterprise era vibes from these Vulcans? I said the exact same thing to Sylvia. It's like watching Enterprise again, where the Vulcans are just kind of dicks. And I never thought the Vulcans should be dicks like they were in Enterprise. I thought that was kind of stupid. But it is what it is. And yes, I absolutely did. Hey, Sci-Fi Nation, how's it going? You were in the lower decks of Canada, Grand Prairie, LOL. Hashtag facts. Yes. Olivia Julius, $2. Welcome to the Pakled Starship, Pakled. Yes. 6 Dot. Dot! Come here. Come here. Come here. You're not going outside. She's coming in a minute. Come here. Come on. Come on. I actually thought this was the season finale, but it's next week. This felt season finale-ish as hell. It did, actually, yeah. Hey, come here. You lay down. Yeah, shithead. Nope, not going out there. She's not going to let you out because she's coming right in. And then she's going to go to bed. Fleet Paw throws in $2. Lower Decks made fun of season 2 of Discovery with that battle, too. How? Maybe I'm missing something there, but I didn't get that vibe at all. Let's see, we got 41 likes with 63 people here. That's pretty good, but I think we can do better. I think we can at least 9 more likes, get to 50. We can probably even do better than that. By all means, hit that like button, guys. Pumpkin Spice, this episode seemed like the season 2 finale. Did they air the wrong one? They revealed who was arming the Pakleds with advanced weapons. But next week, we're probably going to find out what the Klingon High Council thinks of this. Is there somebody else helping out? Is there somebody behind the scenes of that even? We don't know yet. Cryptic says, this time in the good Lower Decks episode, socializing troubles for Boimler, Hawaii is important, and the Borg hate their job as Lower Decks. And I can rest knowing that Matt is ordering McDonald's. Do not order me McDonald's, Matt. We just literally ate like an hour ago. And no, please don't. Unless it's a sundae, a chocolate sundae. But no, it's fine. I don't need that. Doggy wants to go out and have an honorable movement. Well, she was just outside literally for like half an hour. We were all sitting outside, so she's already done her business. Fleet Pop, where the Vulcan ship was covering Cerritos, like how Enterprise covered Discovery during the battle. Oh, yes, I guess so. I'm not really making fun of. That's just a good tactic. If, you know, a ship's getting attacked and you're fresh coming in, just put yourself in the line of fire. So, Borg Lordex seems like a contradiction in itself. Yeah, because it's funny when Sylvia saw the Borg cube at the end, she's like, the Borg don't have lower decks. They're all lower decks. Matthew Coat, $5. It was good to see the Cerritos able to take a punch, though. Not only take a punch, but hand it out. My God. They were just walloping. Like, it was amazing. That was an amazing battle, honestly. Love ships. Love that. It was fantastic. So well done. Sci-Fi Nation, $2. Because I can, so can you. Oh, super chat? Or hit that like button. We still need 2 more likes to get to 50. Come on, guys. What the hell? What the hell, damn guy? 2 more likes. Let's get up to 50. Let's do it. Do it. Yeah. So, I mean, this episode was fantastic. Just amazing. I was blown away. And I am looking forward to the finale. I want to know what they're going to do to try to top this, perhaps. I don't think they can, personally. But who knows? We will have to see. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. Samuel actually tweeted out on Twitter to Mike McMahon saying, oh, good, another ship, a great Vulcan ship. Now I got to get somebody to model it in 3D so I can use it in a fan film. And Mike McMahon, like, responded directly to him and was like, sorry for all the fun. So that was neat. Matt Boardman, ha ha ha, I promise I won't. I literally have no money right now until tomorrow when I get paid. Had to get a new computer and pay for new brake pads and rotor replacement. I had to pick up the Camaro today after, well, I finally had to pay the bill for the stereo, new headlights, new fog lights, a new tachometer, and I had to rebuild my alternator because the alternator was causing problems with the new stereo. So that was a pretty hefty bill. But the Camaro's back and it's, sounds amazing in so many ways. Libby Julius, $5. How dare you? Do you know how hard it is to lose weight when you have replicators that make anything you want? That's not what I meant. That was hilarious. But you know what? I'm of the opinion that replicators can make you anything you want to eat, and because they're replicating the food and creating it from scratch, it can give you the exact calorie intake you need to survive and nothing more. So you could eat 5 cheeseburgers and it would tone it down. Well, maybe 5 cheeseburgers would be a bit much, but you wouldn't be, that's why there's nobody obese in Starfleet, because the replicators give you the required nutrients that you need. So I don't know if I buy that so much. Captain Foley, the Vulcan ship definitely could have been a Dakir, right? It was way too much. It definitely was not, or you said definitely couldn't have been. Yeah, it's not a Dakir. It's not even close. The design's actually quite different. And we're going to look at it. Of course we are, because we're Trekyards. But yeah, it's definitely not a Dakir, and it is way too huge to be a Dakir. So yes. IMEC, there has to be more of the Klingon angle. The guy giving them weapons was first officer until this episode. He was just doing it behind the captain's back. No, it was the captain. And he killed his first officer. Because the first officer was clearly on to him, as the lower decks guys were saying. Have you noticed that the first officer's kind of being an asshole? And he should be killed because he's defying the captain? It was the captain that killed the first officer. So. I want a Ritos shirt. Yeah, they're going to be a thing for sure. Sci-Fi Nation, $5. 50 likes, Cap. Yes, indeed. Well, now we have 61. So If you haven't hit that like button, guys, we have 72 people here. Just hit that like button. Let's get those likes up as high as we can. I'll aim for 75 right now, but um, Mirror Crypt or Cryptic Spider-Man. I don't know if the Mirror Cryptic Spider-Man is you, but if it's not, let us know because we don't tolerate that shit here. So, Car Shep puts in $5. Best end credit scene possible for this episode. Solid 30-second chuckle with that. The moment the text came on screen, still hoping Giorgio shows up. I'm sure she won't. Team Anuk. I'm not interested in a Klingon and Vulcan lower deck shows. Who would have thought? I'm now interested. Yes. Darth Maul. Did you notice the pink Klingon blood on the captain and the red blood on the lips of the other Klingons? Yes. Good night. Love you.
Love you.
Yeah, I did notice that. I love how they even referred to the Klingon blood as pinkish reddish. All right, we're going to just hide user. Mirror Cryptic is out of here. Don't tolerate that shit around here. Mark Lawrence, $5. I almost missed the Borg lower decks. These could all be great shows on their own. AR says, that's true about the replicators, but calories are calories. If you take in too many, you're going to gain weight, and I doubt replicators can make food or drink besides water without calories. But it's you can actually probably make the replicators make an exact replica of a cheeseburger, or one that looks and tastes like a cheeseburger but has a lot less calories. So I don't buy that for a second. Granted, it might not know you're eating 5 of them, so, but still, yeah. Smart Smears, I can't wait to see you talk about the new ships and all the interiors. So much stuff packed in this episode. I know. I can't wait to talk about it either. In the future, Skittles are part of a well-balanced meal. Indeed they are. Team Anuk, I was so sad to see the text block the view of those sexy ships. Yeah, but there's enough other sexy ship shots in there to not be that much of a problem for that, so. Pinkish red magenta, yes. Jaws, by the way, Captain Foley, have you seen the Kasangi class designed by Diego Vincenti? If not, I can link it. Basically, he created the Akira class for the TMP era, and it looks like chef's kiss. You can send me an email at trekyards@hotmail.com, and I can check it out that way. You won't be able to link it here because you're not a moderator. Jonathan says, this explains a lot about T'Pol. Any Vulcan who shows the slightest emotion gets punished by being sent to a Federation ship. Eric Martin, $5. I loved, of course, it only works once. It's a bomb. Yeah, it only works once. It's a bomb. And then there's the vague order. Beam more explosives onto the Packlet ship. I was like waiting for like, but sir, you're over there. You know, so. Smart Smears. This episode felt like the McMahon crew flexing their writing muscles to show they can write about any part of the Trek universe they want. Absolutely. Matthew Coate, wasn't there an episode of DS9 where Worf's son was lower decks? Yes, Alexander, on the Rataran. Sci-Fi Nation. Hey, Cap. PJ from that Orville shit is in the chat. I don't think that's JP. I don't think that's JP from Fantastic Fun Time, but Colin Barrett. I wonder if we I wonder, are we getting a new Vulcan character on Lower Decks? I wouldn't be at least bit surprised. I think that's a distinct possibility with how things went down. Olivia Julius, $5. So I guess the opening scene of the show is fake? I mean, the Cerritos did abandon the fight. Well, that's a different fight. It was a different fight. There's two different fights, one for each season. And when you're facing off against like 3 or 4 Borg cubes, I can see them running. They weren't fighting the Borg here, they're fighting Packlids and a Klingon, so. All right, Orville season 3 soon. Can't wait for more Seth. I don't know, that's in March, I believe, so. T-Lin will join and be half Romulan. What would you say to the older Star Trek fans that say Lower Decks isn't Star Trek? That they're dumb and they need to give it a chance. I need a Starfleet Clue board game. I know. With the sniper rifle that can fire through walls. I said PJ, you dink, not JP. I know you did, but I figured you were just an idiot and got the initials mixed up. I don't know who PJ is, so sorry, Orville Nation. Fleet Paw Swiftback, let's talk about how great it was to see the Cerritos kick ass this episode. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. The battle scenes were amazing. I simply enjoyed those immensely. We need to see more of that. There was so much ship porn in this one. It was great. Colin says, one of the advantages of an animated series is you can have a huge cast of supporting characters. Just look at The Simpsons. Amen. Olivia Julius, $5. Thank you for saving the ship. Here, you're being reassigned to a different organization filled with a bunch of hillbillies as punishment. Pretty much. That's a great comment, Olivia. I love that. 4 Borg cubes could defeat the Alpha Quadrant powers very quickly. Why would you need a cook? Seems sketchy. Snoopy McQueen puts in a $5 super chat with a how's it going pair. It's going pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, back from my trip, and that was interesting in its own ways, especially the flight back. But I just dealing with the house and got the Camaro back today as well. So there's a lot of good and a lot of bad and a lot of eh. So but thank you for asking. Mark Lawrence, that Vulcan ship sure was big, but not so big as her captain, I think. Wait, that doesn't apply here, does it? The captain's shirt was a riot. Half the ship name on front, the rest on the back. No, Eric. In Discovery, they just have disco on the front. But it makes me wonder if the Cerritos is shortened to Ritos and the Discovery is shortened to Disco. What about the Enterprise? Do their shirts say Enter? Which could be interpreted as an invitation, I guess. Or do they say Prize? Which could also be interpreted as a invitation of sorts. So I don't know. Fleet Paw says, my parents are those Trek fans, absolutely refuse to watch Lower Decks because it's a fucking cartoon. Give it a shot, for fuck's sakes. Well, they're fucking idiots then. You can tell them I said so. The Vulcan was out of control. I know. She's emotionally all over the place. Jeremy Caulfield, I don't think Starfleet thought the Cerritos redesign through. Increasing toughness, good, but encouraging captains to fight, oh my God, by improving weapons, probably not the best idea. Well, what happened on the flight back? It was just a shitty flight. On the flight there, I had like a really comfortable seat, and I had one of the screens to watch movies on, and nobody in my fucking row. On the way back, it was a very uncomfortable seat, no screen, nothing to do for the 3.5 hour flight back, and jammed fucking packed. And I got a little bit of claustrophobia. I was also against the goddamn window. So I got the window on one side and somebody I don't know and couldn't really stand her sitting beside me, and I was just like, I almost had an anxiety attack before we took off. And then I just calmed myself and said, I'm in this situation for 3.5 hours. And zoned out. And it was a pretty comfortable ride back. It was just fucking annoying. So not a fan of those kind of situations, but I mean, if I have a movie to watch, it's a totally different scenario. I actually had an audiobook that I was listening to, so I just listened to that for 3 hours and just stared out the window. Nice clear skies most of the way, so you could see the ground. It was fantastic. So Reezy, nobody said this, but I'm undercover in the chat. I'm using a false name so he don't know who I am. I'm spying to see what Foley's doing today. Okay. Pumpkin Spice. People have issues with it being a canon series. This show is so much more respectful to canon than any of the other new Treks. So the people that have canon issues with the show can, I was going to say suck my left nut, but I don't know what they can do. They can fuck off, because this is the most canon-rific show ever. So 88 people here with 75 likes, guys. That is awesome. Hit that like button. Let's get up to 100 likes. I'm sure we can do it. Orville Nation throws in $10 with a #1 fan pair. Well, thank you very much, Orville Nation. I probably know who you are. I just haven't watched a lot of Orville stuff lately, and I really thought that, you know, Sci-Fi Nation was just an idiot, and his dyslexia kicked in, because I have dyslexia, and putting in PJ as opposed to JP is something that a dyslexic person would do, and JP's like the biggest Orville channel that I know of anyway, so that's who I thought he was referring to. So my apologies, Orville Nation. Yeah, Fleetpod, keep an eye on that situation for me, please. Cryptic Spider-Man, the Enterprise, the Enter, the Prize, the Nobel Prize. Eric the Bat, Enterprise. They are all giant tree people. Enterprise shirts would get with big E. Hezraz, I love how the punishment was sending her to a Starfleet vessel. Fabulous Thrax, the Vulcan ship is massive. Cerritos is nearly the size of a Galaxy class, and the Vulcan ship dwarfs it. Pumpkin Spice, again, why the printing limits on the t-shirt? Paul Graham, really love this episode. There's so many different lower decks, the ass-kicking, ship porn, possible new character. So much happy. How about the E-Prize? Well, that just sounds like some kind of environmental scam bullshit, so. And Paul, since you're back from your trip and I'm back from my trip, you need to come over and hang out for a bit. We need to chat and get caught up, so. Matthew Coate, the Vulcan ship was way bigger than the California class. Yes, it was. Sci-Fi Nation, I ask again, how do you not know PJ from Orville Nation? Because I don't know who PJ from Orville Nation is. I haven't watched Orville Nation, apparently. So I'm giving you a fucking answer. Matt Boardman, I kind of wanted the Borg ship designation to be 90210. I thought the same thing. I actually thought it was 90210 for a second when I first came up, and then I was like, I had to read it very carefully because, like I said, my dyslexia kicks me in the ass. So, BJ Turan, next time spend a week more or less on Via Rail. I mean, I've been on a few Via Rail trips, and I don't mind those as much. There's a little bit bigger seats, not as crammed, and you're on the ground. I know you're on the rails and you're moving, but when you have claustrophobia, being on a train is in no way similar to being on a plane. you are fucked when you're in the air. You got nowhere to go. A train, it's a different feeling mentally. So all right, Reezy looks like he's going to be getting kicked out in a minute. Reezy, don't taunt the moderators. Keep it up and you're gone. Lower Decks is by far my favorite new Trek series since TNG, says Mike. Fleet Paw says, so, is that what I have to look forward to on the 15th? Crammed flight, strange people, and no screens? I guess I'm getting drunk, laughing my ass off. I mean, the flight there was beautiful. I watched 2 movies. I had a nice screen, and nobody in my row. Plus, I have sciatica. So if I sit for too long in an uncomfortable chair, it's just so much pain, and I have to like push and like sit funny or like put my foot up, and it's really difficult when you got somebody beside you. So, Paul Graham, sorry about your nasty flight. That's why I download a couple of TV shows or movies on my phone just in case. Yeah, I usually do too, but I figured both ways would have the fucking screens, and they didn't. So. Cryptic Spider-Man, my Eagle Moss Enterprise AXL just arrived, and it looks amazing. The font looks a little red, though. Cryptic Spider-Man, if you've got the Enterprise AXL, you're going to notice that it's not accurate at all. Watch my review of it. The saucer, especially the BC deck and the bridge, are not accurate at all. At first glance, it looks fucking fantastic. Then you get into the weeds and the dirt on the thing, and it's not good. So... Horrible Nation, happens to me all the time, Captain. No apologies necessary. Well, I still apologize, man. Yes, I am behind tonight, sci-fi. Foley is really paranoid about Reezy since that one day. I'm not paranoid about it at all. If you're the idiot that emailed me. Caleb Horn, $5. 10 out of 10. Phasers go pew pew. I personally would love more of this in future episodes. Multiple lower decks across the different factions. Those Borg at lower decks were so rowdy. Jaws, Captain Foley just sent you an image link to the Kasangi class via email, along with the artist's website, as well as $5 via PayPal for good measure, since Super Chats still don't work for me. Well, let me check the emails here. You got money. Thank you very much for the PayPal. Much appreciated. Let's see if I can see the other one. Checking for mail. Checking for mail. Oh, yeah. I don't have that set up on here. I can't even look at the Trekyards email right now. God damn it. Okay, I can't look at the ship right now, unfortunately, so my apologies. Eric the Bat, this episode had Klingon, Boimler, and Vulcan Mariner. Matthew Coate, don't banish. Not Star Trek, man. Learn and accept. Aww. You're effed in the air. Yeah, you are. Jeremy Caulfield, Boimler is going to attract Vulcan Girl to his orbit. He is the most efficient officer, after all. Mariner is not going to be happy. She doesn't have a fucking crush on him. I hate that so much. There's no relationship between Mariner and Boimler. They are friends. I do not want to see them get together. They will not get together. I think it's bullshit. My joke on Via Rail was good fun. Got to ride in on Via Train, Alteration Dome, a couple years ago with Amtrak. Borrowed 2 train sets for busy Thanksgiving. Best train ride ever. Well, thanks, Foley. Now I can't look at it the same. I don't know what you're talking about. Last time I flew, I left finger indentations on the seat. I'll grab some more cheese and cider and hang out soon. Yes. Captain, if you could create a new Trek series, what would it be, and with what future or past ship? Everybody asked me this. A new Trek series would be set in the missing years, the years after the motion picture, or after the movies leading up to TNG, the Lost Years, and probably on an ambassador class ship, not the Enterprise though. Red alarm, red alarm. I am me, C, $5. I rewatched the TOS movies last week. They are really enjoying pulling. They really enjoyed pulling from those. Loved the Go Climb a Rock shirt. Yes. Raymond Anders, how do you like the books? They are fantastic, my friend. Thank you so much. I'll be doing a captain's log on them. I have one issue with them, and that is they smell like mothballs. So I have a solution for that. There is a way to get smells out of books, and that is put them in a Tupperware container with a box of baking soda and seal it for about a week. That'll get rid of it. So other than that, I think they're fantastic. Thank you so much for sending them, and they definitely deserve their own video, so I will be getting to that. But thank you so much, Raymond. BJ Turon, I'm actually a passenger rail advocate, but the Toronto-Vancouver Canadian is famous for taking over ever longer to make its transcontinental trip. But if you're not in a hurry and have money, it's great. Yeah, I like trains, so I like trains. The Vulcan emotion was so eruptive. The doctor, I'm sure safeties are on. It's fine. Rhode Island, Captain, if there was one thing you could change from the modern Trek to make it better, what would it be? All modern Trek just needs to use the universe and the canon that's already established and not think that they're fucking king shit and they can create their own or ignore canon as they please. That's what I would say. 72 people here, 83 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get another 17 likes. Let's get to 100. Who needs lower decks to be an hour? I always want more. Yes, I agree. Hezraz, I love how sassy the Vulcan was. Basically called out the other Vulcan for subtly hinting that she could tell on her to the Vulcan High Command. Oh, I need to get more comfortable. Make yourself comfortable, guys. Hey, bug. Let's see. Boimler seems too interested in Ransom. Well, I mean, he was good friends with Riker on the Titan and got him pretty far, so, I mean... Hezraz, I got a sense that Vulcan is a very controlled society. She was meaning that she would tell Vulcan High Command Science Division or get her arrested or something by some authority. Raymond, don't be sorry, man. Don't be sorry at all. Not a problem. I really, really appreciate it. As I said, like gotta do my own video on them. So thank you so much. Pumpkin Spice. Did the Enterprise B vanish? I think I read that somewhere. Yeah, I believe it did. It had a few historic things happen to it. And then, yeah, it disappeared, apparently. So, this is the way of things. The Stanleys. Good chat, people. Good night, all. Good night, Stanleys. Olivia Julius, $5. Puggy treats for the puggy. Poor thing hasn't had a treat for so long. Oh, whatever. She got spoiled yesterday when I got back. She got spoiled all day today with treats and people food that she shouldn't be having. So she doesn't need the treats, but thank you, Olivia. Let's see. Mike Kramer says, I joined late, but is the Vulcan joining the Cerritos? Possibly, possibly. It'd be cool if she actually joined the Titan or something, you know. Eric Martin, did you notice in the mess hall that everyone had some kind of interesting looking Southwest food and Boimler had that white oatmeal crap again? Yeah, I did notice that. I noticed that in one of the sneak peek preview pictures. Words. Hezraz, I was wondering if they were going to put the Vulcan on the ship. Pumpkin Spice. Like Discovery and Enterprise, will strange new worlds encounter the mirror universe? The Borg, the Ferengi, the Dominion, etc.? Probably. I mean, they've had the mirror universe kind of last week with the simulation, so... anyone else notice how easily those Vulcans started shooting at the Klingons? It's a Vulcan hello, after all. That's how you say hello to people, you shoot at them. That's what Discovery says. Jeremy says, I'm not saying that Boimler and Mariner should be a couple, just that she gets annoyed when others recognize he's a good off. Okay. If you're, yeah, okay, I'll buy that. Colin says, everything about the Enterprise B after Generations is beta canon. I always felt that they should revisit the B as there is a great story potential there. Agreed, but beta canon is also pretty fantastic. Beta canon is created by fans who absolutely love Star Trek and they care about canon. And the beta canon is sometimes the best stuff, hands down. Matthew says, no, Boimler and Mariner are good friends, bad couple. Yes. Mike Kramer, anyone else notice that in the mess hall that the Starfleet Martini logo? Yes, noticed that in season 1. I think it's a great idea. Ensign Ricky is here. Thank you very much, Ensign Ricky, for the $5 super chat, and good to see you again. This episode was phenomenal all the way through. Some of the best Trek we've seen in ages. The Vulcan part was written beautifully. Totally agree. This one and last episode are both fantastic and both top tier, but for different reasons. The last one was so referential and so many great, callbacks and references to things. That's what made it stand as an excellent episode. This one was just pure Star Trek. Like, this could have been an episode of TNG. So they both are good for different reasons. Pumpkin Spice. Oh man, we need a mini-series overcoming the disappearance of the Enterprise B. Or uncovering the disappearance of the Enterprise B. Maybe for an Enterprise F adventure. Matthew says, I honestly think Boimler and Mariner would want to kill each other as a couple. Oh yeah, absolutely. They do say that opposites attract. You are right, Fleetpaw. That's true. Jeremy says, Vulcan hello almost made me spit my drink. Sorry, man. At least it was an almost. BJ Chiron, Ransom Bean from the moon may explain why he works out so much, compensating for the lower gravity like the Martians in the Expanse. Never considered that, but... Joseph says, beta canon is good except for when they rebuild DS9 and make DS9 too. It's ugly. Oh, yeah, I am totally there with you. That is the shittiest fucking design. And I think the redesign was done by Doug Drexler. I believe so, anyway. If not, he did the art for the cover of the book. But Orville Nation says, I like Boimler more now. Yeah, I do too. Fleetpaw says, but I wouldn't want to see that. It would ruin both characters, in my opinion. I also agree with that. Colin says, beta canon stuff is often better than canon. Amen. I Am Misi says, it was a fun episode because at first I thought it was going to be filler, but then they blew my mind. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect from this one after the events of the last one, so, but look what's on. I can't really show it because I'll get copyright striked, but it's Lower Decks. Not copyright striked, I would just get copyright claimed, and they would, Just showing what I did there, they might actually do that, to be fair, but oh well. Let's see. BJ Tehran, Ransom seems to be positively noticing Boimler more this season. Yes, and I love the little Ransom told me to come talk to you thing, and Ransom just kind of like in the corner. That was nice. Matt Boardman, actually designed by Probert, but commissioned by Doug. Really? Probert, dude. Why? That is a hit. That's like, it's a hideous design. Oh my god. Object 0003478. How many beings died on holodeck? It seems to be unsafe in lots of situations. Don't know. Whoopsie, sorry, Doug. Still love him though. Paul Graham. Good night, Captain. Good night, everyone. Good night, Paul. See you later, sir. Message me. We'll get together sometime soon. Before the weather gets shitty so we can sit outside would be great. Eric Martin. What was that Klingon version of the Vulcan live long and prosper, run away and cower? Yes. Darth Maul. When will Uncle Drexler stop by again? We could have him anytime, actually. He was kind of had some issues going on, personal stuff, but those are, I think, behind them now. So we could have him on for another live. I think that'd be great. Paul says, I hit like, did you? Well, we only have 87 likes, and we need 13 more likes to get to 100. Can we do it? I think we might be able to. DS10, Empok Nor. Eric the Bat. Boimler's crazy uncle is Randy Quaid. Yes, this is true. Shane Ackrey. I think the Vulcan female being transferred to Starfleet and end up on the Cerritos. Yes, I think that's what a lot of people are anticipating at this point. Matthew says... Oh, never mind. Mike says, Mike Kramer throws in $20, so that's an amazing super chat, so thank you so much, man. Captain, when are we seeing more Sherlock content? Love the review on your channel of your room. Soon, I don't know, I should probably go through my my media, my DVDs and stuff, and look at my Sherlock Holmes media, because that wasn't included in that video. So if you're interested in it on the Captain Foley personal channel, I mean, apparently you are, because you're asking, so it's something that I will have to look into. Jeremy Caulfield, Klingons bleed Pepto again. I know, but at least it's referenced and made a joke of. Randy and Dennis Quaid went to the same high school as Brent Spiner. Yes, Jack Quaid is Dennis's son and Randy's nephew. Sorry, laying on my keys. It's kind of uncomfortable. Pumpkin Spice, T'Lyn and Mariner set up for a Boimler love triangle. I think Rutherford might be interested in T'Lyn, but there's no love triangle because Mariner and Boimler aren't a thing. Sorry. Matthew, so you still impersonating somebody who wasn't you? You can't think... Oh, for fuck's sakes. I don't even know why we're listening to this. Power 543 fan films. That would be my good buddy, Samuel Calkins, and my commander. He says, I liked, and now to bed. 5 more likes, guys. 5 more likes to get to 100. 5 more, and I shall have the power. Give me 5 more likes, and it's like I get that last Infinity Stone. When I order first Cerritos model, I can finally put it on lower decks on my bookshelf. That's funny. Pumpkin Spice, the way Mariner freaked out over Boimler's other girlfriend. That's only because she couldn't believe that somebody that attractive was with Boimler for a real reason. It had to be a conspiracy. Had nothing to do with the fact that she's interested in Boimler. Go back and watch the episode again. Foley is wearing a wannabe G.I. Joe shirt. Nope. This is my good buddy Michael Mercy, his channel. This is one of his merchandise shirts, because when you become part of his Patreon, you are part of the tribe. So I got one of the t-shirts, and it's not a wannabe anything. Expensive mother effort. Great episode. I don't think there was anything to complain about like last week. I mean, there's probably always something to complain about. I just can't think what that might be. Oh, run. Let's see. Colin Barrett. Rumor has it that Doug and Mike Okuda are both working on Star Trek again. Not only rumor, it's fact. Doug is working on Picard Season 2, and Michael Okuda has helped with Picard and also Lord X. So we're probably getting more information on that soon when we talk to Mike McMahon. So Raymond Anders. It would be nice to see Catherine Janeway, The Lost Show, the year to Star Trek. The Lost Show, the year to Star Trek Prodigy. Yeah, I mean, love to see more of Janeway. Jonathan, when the Klingon mentioned being the logical, I was thinking that he was sounding a little too Vulcan, and then the other Klingons started teasing him about sounding too Vulcan. BJ Turon, looking up DS9 2.0, yuck, I found out that DS9 in France is a modern Citroën car. Hezra, she freaked out because her one friend had her face ripped off by an alien shapeshifter. She had PTSD going on. There's also that, yes. Eric Martin, somebody may have already asked, but how's the basement coming along? Well, the crews are busy, so they've taken out all the drywall, and they still need to come and do some cleanup and stuff, but everything's out of there pretty much, and like the bottom 3 feet of drywall is gone, so they're gonna have to come and replace that, and then repaint and do the floors and all that. So it's still gonna be a while, but it's coming along slowly but surely. Hezraz, remember last episode, people? Seeing Boimler naked caused her to eject herself out of an airlock. Stop weird shipping. Turd Ferguson says, still waiting for my Space 1999 model Eaglemoss. What the fuck? Yeah, Eaglemoss. I have yet again another new representative to this time that I have to email. And I'm like, okay, I don't have anything to review currently, so do you want to, I'm going to request a few things that you guys have out that are new. And they're like, okay, thank you. We'll take that under advisement. We will notify you when and if they get shipped. Like, thanks. Whatever. Eric the Bat. Mariner is just one of those friends that is really controlling over her friends' love lives. Cryptic Spider-Man. Well, this is getting nuked by CBS. It won't. It'll just say, if anything, it'll be copyright claims. CBS is not getting money from your fucking video for this 4-second fucking clip. And I'll be like, okay, remove 4-second clip. And then it'll say processing for 5, 6, 7 hours. And then it'll be fine. Matthew Coate, $5. How would a shield algorithm work to boost it that high? Don't know. Feeding extra power, It's like the plot for Office Space in Superman 3, you know, the little cents that the computers have to deal with, like half cents that just get knocked off. Instead of getting rid of that power or routing it back to the system, you take that little bit of power that a certain system isn't using and you reroute it directly to the shield. I don't know. You could think of a way to do it. Matt says, "Oh my God, Boimler walking in on Mariner and Freeman were talking about women issues, and his ensuing panic to get out of the room had me rolling." Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, that's right here, actually. Nice timing. Beep, 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 beep. Perfect timing, Matt, on that one. Yeah, that's hilarious. Colin Barrett, people who know the franchise working on it again can only be a good thing. Yes, I mean, the people that are behind New Trek realize that they need the people that were working on older Trek. They're finally clued in, so they're, yeah. Fleet Paw, no, I think you can show up to 15 seconds. I mean, that's the rule, especially for audio, 15 seconds. But for video, sometimes it's a lot less than that. Eric the Bat, the pottery scene needed more Unchained melody. It's not Ghost, man. M Farmer 623, Lower Decks is by far the most tolerable out of all the secret hideout bad robot. Cryptic Spider-Man, I forgot his house was nuked by a thunderstorm. Colin Barrett, Eagle Moss has gone very slow. Ordered stuff for next day delivery 9 days ago. Still no sign. The last next day delivery I got took 8 days. Pumpkin Spice. Will the Prodigy series encounter the Demon Planet, Voyager, and crew? I know it dissolved, but this is Trek. Possibly. Probably not, but possibly. Hezraz, they need to create a shirt with Shaq's on it saying fighting fascism is a full-time job. LOL with a pic of Bajor. Matthew says, how uncomfortable would you be breaking into the holodeck and listening to a mother and daughter conversation about time of the month? Seriously. Hezraz, is it ridiculous how much money the stupid millionaires try to pinch out of everything? Let's see. Object says, could Celine be the new Cerritos crew member? Probably. That's kind of the theory that's going, so yes. Raymond Anders would like to see a California-class Iris crew, LOL. I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of funny, actually. Pumpkin Spice. 3-foot Voyager from the Full Circle novels would make a good Eaglemoss model, since they did the Titan and Aventine. Looks a lot better with the larger fixed nacelles. I don't know what you're actually talking of specifically. The Full Circle novels. I'll have to check those out. Cryptic Spider-Man. How did you know that was playing, Matt? What are you hiding? Jeremy says, CBS used their big nukes when they dropped Picard and Discovery on us. Matt says, Cryptic Spider-Man, I have my ways. This means that Matt has a camera in my house and he's spying on me constantly. He's also got me biometrically hooked up so that he knows when I'm hungry, so he can send me McDonald's. It's a fact, man. He's just a creeper. Curtis says, hi, Captain. I can hear the pug again. Pug, he's making noise. If you get the ghost reference, you are awesome. I am awesome because I said it. Apparently, Cryptic said something inappropriate, and the message got retracted. I'm not sure. Squadron Course, the Demon Planet Voyager dissolving was sad. Which Voyager had found their boy, and learned something from it to give their existence meaning. Yeah, but that's the whole punch of that episode, is that all that happened and no one knows about it. Like, oh, except for us. Jaws, if T'Lyn sees Starfleet as punishment, what must she think of Vulcans like Durga from season 1, who were currently serving? They are typically viewed as emotional renegades by the rest of their kind. Well, Fleet Pie, you need to tell me what that message was because now I'm curious. Pumpkin Spice, 3-foot Voyagers on the cover of the Full Circle novels. I'm going to take a look at that right now. Star Trek Full Circle. Let me see. Star Trek Full Circle books. Dun, 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 dun. Is this it? Because, yeah, those nacelles look better. Okay. Yeah, those nacelles look a lot better. I totally agree with that. Let's see. Bored man, I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good. Colin says, after a lifetime in Starfleet, it makes you wonder what Tuvok was being punished for. Very good point. Very good point. Hezraz, I don't think that is true because Vulcans helped create Starfleet. I think they allow Vulcans to be on Vulcan only Starfleet ships and everyone's ships. Alright, I don't think that is true. Because Vulcans helped create Starfleet, I think they allow Vulcans to be on a Vulcan only Starfleet ships and everyone's ships. Okay. Cryptic. Someone said CBS dropped 2 nukes on its card Discovery, and I reference Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, what, hashtag too soon? I don't know. Doesn't bother me. Eric Martin, I remember is TNG Barclay modified the shields to make them 4 times stronger, and then you never heard about it again. Someone dropped the file in the recycle bin by mistake? Pumpkin Spice. Wait, Spock was the first Vulcan in Starfleet, but the USS Intrepid was a whole crew of them? Yes. There are explanations for that. It could be a Vulcan exchange crew, like they were all Vulcan, but given a Starfleet ship, so they weren't technically in Starfleet. But yes, that is a real problem and a conundrum when it comes to Spock being the first Vulcan in Starfleet. And then, yes, the crew of the Intrepid all being Vulcan. So there's a little bit of a problem there, but there are ways to explain it. We've talked about those a few times, actually, during some of our videos. So Curtis Simpkins. I see the Polar Lights has USS Voyager model kit now, Captain. I might get it. Yeah, Polar Lights does some good models, man. Matthew, do you think Boimler is going to have a relationship with Ransom? They seem completely off type, but yet they seem to step up for each other all the time. No, I don't. Don't think so. Tuvok got punished for seeking Jamahran with a Gorn. Right. Cryptic says, I wouldn't be shocked if you used some kind of mind control spell on Foley to get mods. Bum, bum, bum. Jaws, I had a pug named Bobby. I miss him a lot. Lived a good, long 15 years. Yeah, but this one's only 4. And her name is Precious. Eric the Bat. He was the first half Vulcan in Starfleet. Nope. As much as you want to say that and justify that, that's not the case. He was the first Vulcan in Starfleet. Colin Barrett, unless the crew of the Intrepid were all Vulcan trainees, which would explain why they lost their ship so easily. Star Trek writers not communicating with each other? LOL. I mean, it didn't happen very much back in the day. Precious, come here. People want to see you. Hey, this is Precious, my pug. You're gonna tell them how much you missed me when I was gone? I didn't miss him at all. I only missed the food and the treats that he gives me. And the cuddles. She was just sleeping a minute ago, so she's like, what is happening? Kisses. Kisses. Sorry for bugging you. But people like you. They give you super chat treats. Hezrez, Trekyards, I was responding to someone who said that Vulcans must think very poorly of Starfleet. They probably believe they are superior, but would see it as logical to have many Vulcans in Starfleet. I don't think it's a general consensus among Vulcans. That's what I mean. Like somebody had mentioned earlier, and I kind of thought the same thing watching this episode. These Vulcans remind me a lot of the Vulcans from Enterprise, which were just fucking dicks for no reason, and then all of a sudden there was a reason. Stop licking the couch. So I really dislike the way they're kind of portrayed here. It's funny as hell, but the way they treat yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are Vulcans that think that, but generally I think Vulcans are, fine with Starfleet. So. Fleet Paw throws in $2. Puggy, Treatos for the precious. Thank you very much, Fleet Paw. See? Fleet Paw gave you money for the treats. I'll have to give you a treat later. Yeah. Jonathan, I discovered a channel called Propology 101 the other day, which is Michael Moore, worked on DS9 and Voyager props. The Jumbo Stick video was really interesting. I asked the Jumbo Stick. Actually, on October 21st, I'm heading down to Aurora, Canada, to the Aurora Borealis Dentistry office. It's actually owned by a gentleman by the name of David Hirsch, who is a dentist, but he also has a huge collection of screen-used Star Trek props. And so I'm going to go down there and do a whole Captain's Log video on his prop collection. He knows Doug Drexler and Michael Kuda, and he said he was honored to have someone who knows as much about Star Trek as me to come down and interview him. So that'll be a Captain's Log that'll be coming out at the end of October. So stay tuned for that. I just want to give you guys a heads up. Matthew Coates, speaking of nacelles, does anyone like the disco era where they're not actually attached? I think it's kind of a neat idea. Jeremy says there are a lot of space-dwelling, massive life forms in Star Trek. Yes. Cryptic Spider-Man, the pug is probably the main character of Trekyards. Yes. Hezraz, I have a really bad internet connection, hence the long wait between comments, so no worries. Eric the Bat, maybe it's just one of those early Trek quirks we have to ignore, like time, warp factor. Yeah. Colin says, why have you disturbed me, human? Look. Matthew Coate, thank you, Pumpkin. I'm glad I'm not the only one. About the unattached nacelles, just a terrible idea. I disagree. I mean, they've already wrote themselves to a fucking corner with Discovery being so much more technologically advanced than TOS that they had to do something like that. And we have Wi-Fi shit now. We have induction charging for our phone where you don't need to plug it in anymore. I think it's a fine idea. It's fine. I really like it, actually. Jaws, Captain Foley, who do you think would be a good match for Mariner? Boimler seems to have a lot of good matches, but Mariner's potential dating pool seems a lot smaller. I think Jet, her ex-boyfriend, is a good match for her. Other than that, there's really nobody. Ransom would be good. They kind of had a romantic thing in one episode, and I think that would work out well, but BJ Tehran on the Vulcans and the Intrepid. In World War II, the U.S. loaned UK and Canada warships, and there is today sharing of some crews between U.S. and Commonwealth navies, like Sub-Commander T'Pol. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Cryptic Spider-Man, Mariner is more likely to fall in love with Jen than with Boimler. Jen looks kind of cute, though, sometimes anyway. I think Mariner and Ensign Barnes should be a thing. That's the Trill ensign. So, there she is. Gotta love Ensign Barnes. Spock is half Vulcan, half human. Therefore, he is not the first Vulcan in Starfleet. Even though it's stated in Star Trek that he was. Hi. I know, puppy. Pumpkin Spice. Oh yeah, T'Pol was in Starfleet. Resigned from the Vulcan or whatever. She was never in Starfleet. That's actually something that they made a good point of. She was never. She never had a Starfleet commission. So. Tamanuk at the end with the Borg. The background sounds were fun. Might be fun to put a loop in the background. Yeah. Data and McCoy talking about Vulcans pretty much sums up Vulcans. A very good set of lines. Jeremy says the Vulcan from DS9 take me out to the ball game was pretty insufferable. That's true. It came across as arrogant. BJ Tehran, T'Pol was like a Royal Navy officer serving on a U.S. Navy ship. She was serving on board, but not part of the U.S. Navy. Yes. Mariner and Jen, yes, please. I'd be down for that too. Curtis says, I wonder if William Shatner is going to have the center seat on his space flight. Don't know. Probably not. BJ Tehran, navies can loan each other ships occasionally. U.S. may loan Australia a nuclear sub to train them up for new submarines. They will get help building from U.S. and the U.K. Cryptic says, as for Barnes, she has a good chance of falling in love with Captain Foley. Turd Ferguson, United States Marine Corps F-35, currently serving aboard HMS Queen Elizabeth. Pumpkin Spice, all our advanced tech, and we have was lost in World War III, so had to be reinvented in the 22nd to 24th centuries. Yes. That's actually, I forget where I read that, but that was a thing. It's one of the reasons that the Enterprise computers in the TOS looks so primitive. The Klingon last one stabbed through their heart, almost like Picard when he was stabbed through the heart. Matthew Coat, Pumpkin, isn't that like getting a sack? The sacking of Rome, or a shit ton of technology we lost for 1,000 years. Turd says, just announced, Japanese Navy will host United States Marine Corps F-35 on their, not an aircraft carrier. Fleetpaw, I thought T'Pol was given a Starfleet commission. Maybe Earth Starfleet didn't translate into Federation Starfleet. Giving a Starfleet commission and being in Starfleet are two different things. Having a Starfleet commission is like an honorary thing. And yes, that's why the Enterprise NX-01 isn't on the wall of the Enterprise D, because it wasn't Starfleet then. It wasn't the Federation then. Whatever, go fuck off. There's ways to explain all this stuff. I'm too tired to remember, but there are reasons that T'Pol was not the first Vulcan in Starfleet. I just can't remember what the fuck they are right now. Colin says, great meme going around of Kirk with the Orion slave girl says, I hope William Shatner does not have unrealistic expectations about going into space. Eric Martin, has anyone tried the Bailey's apple pie flavor yet? I have not. Sounds really good though. Cryptic says William Shatner should send us photo of Bezos' secret stash on the spaceship. Hezraz, for Vulcans and humans to have such a strong relationship, I think that most are not dicks to humans. Vulcans and humans have taught each other things. They have a sibling relationship. The Dark Lord Revan. When do they say in canon Spock was the first Vulcan in Starfleet? Never in canon with two N's, because canon with two N's is a weapon. So never. If you're talking about the one N canon, let me see if I can find it. Let's see here if I can find something. All right. Maybe it doesn't. I'm just trying to fucking remember. There's just a bunch of bullshit back and forth about obviously he wasn't the first one because T'Pol was. And then obviously he wasn't the first one because the Intrepid crew all had to be graduated from Starfleet. Let's see. Despite what many people claim, Spock was indeed the first Vulcan to join Starfleet. While Sarek expected Spock to join the Vulcan Science Academy, Spock chose instead to attend Starfleet Academy. T'Pol was not a member of Starfleet, nor did she attend Starfleet Academy. She was assigned to the NX-01 as an observer for Vulcan. Captain Archer eventually persuaded her. I can't find it. I mean, maybe it's not in canon stated, but Mandela effect, because I'm pretty sure that it has been stated. But whatever, I can't find it. So honestly, I don't know. But yeah, canon has one N. Canon with two N's is a weapon. Just saying. T'Pol was an advisor, liaison, guide, consultant, etc. The Vulcans knew that they would F shit up, so she sent a babysitter. Ever drank Bailey's from a shoe? No. Just finished playing Terminator Resistance, and if anybody else is a gamer, Good damn game. Good to know. I thought the excuse for T'Pol was that she was not a commissioned Starfleet officer, but her titties were admirals. What? Wow. Even though some writers use canon as well. Yes, they do. Absolutely. That's the ongoing joke with the misspelling of it. Remember that Paul didn't go to the academy, and yes, she didn't serve in the Federation Starfleet. With USS Intrepid loaned to Vulcan Science Academy, you get Spock at first. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured too. Do you think the Vulcans by this point were actually cut off from the Cerritos, given that they interacted with humans for many hundreds of years? No, I don't think so. Hezraz, who cares if she was the first? LOL. It's semantics. Either side can argue with points till they're blue in the face. I kind of agree. But I seem to remember it being stated that he was the first Vulcan to... Anyway. That's been a thing that I've talked about with my brother for years and years and years going back, so... Captain of the Intrepid to all crew, we are about to be murdered by a giant space amoeba, but this is not the time to get emotional. Everyone, please meditate. I think the Vulcan captain was annoyed that the mission went off track, so he helped the Cerritos. He was like, peace out, bitches. At least he made sure they were okay. Like the time I asked, who would win in a fight, a Borg cube or a super star destroyer? The debate raged for hours. Well, obviously a Borg fucking cube would. That's a stupid goddamn it. Like, how would that rage for hours? There's only one answer to that. BJ Tehran, the Vulcan Admiral Patar in Disco does ruin the Spock first bit, but that was just Disco ignoring or being oblivious to canon. Yeah, that's Disco. You can't accept any of that bullshit. Wow. So yeah, I can't find the canon reference to that, if there is one. God damn it. That's annoying me now, because I know for a fact that I'm just like going down this rabbit hole. Hold on. So, in Spock and Senkus both raised their hands in the traditional Vulcan greeting and said quietly, live long and prosper. You were the first Vulcan to graduate from Starfleet Academy, Senkus said. In those days, among my friends at the Vulcan Science Academy, that was tantamount to running away and joining the circus. We all knew the legend. It's from a book. Interesting, interesting. No, I don't want that one. Spock Memory Alpha, let's see. Now you got me intrigued, man. Okay, many sources like StarTrek.com and Star Trek the Encyclopedia are quite clear that Spock was the first Vulcan in the fleet. But where does that come from? A close inspection of the Star Trek chronology and the 1995 edition of the Star Trek Concordance reveals that the culprit is the episode of the original series Whom Gods Destroy. Specifically, I now think this exchange of dialogue was the original inspiration. So stay tuned and pay attention. Kirk, I agree that there was a time when war was necessary, and you were our greatest warrior. I studied your victory at Axanar when I was a cadet. In fact, it's still required reading at the academy. Garth says, as well it should be. Kirk, very well, but my first visit to Axanar was as a new fledged cadet on a peace mission. Garth, peace mission? Politicians and weaklings. Kirk, they are humanitarians and statesmen, and they had a dream that became a reality and spread throughout the stars, a dream that made Mr. Spock and me brothers. Garth, Mr. Spock, do you consider Captain Kirk and yourself brothers? Spock, Captain Kirk speaks somewhat figuratively and with undue emotion. However, what he says is logical, and I do in fact agree with it. That has nothing to do with what the fuck. The Star Trek chronology is very clear that Mike and Lisa could interpret the above to mean that the Battle of Axanar immediately preceded the peace mission Cadet Kirk went on, and it was specific politicians and weaklings on that mission which allowed Kirk and Spock to become brothers. I have to say I'm not all convinced that this interpretation never made it into the first, and in my opinion, superior 1976 edition of the Star Trek Concordance. It doesn't fit with the established dates. That's not what we're talking about here. Even I think that's bullshit. I've run across Spock, the first Vulcan, and Starfleet concept a lot in the old 1970s fanzine, so the idea is at least that old. So it could just be that's what it is, just the old fan magazines and stuff speculating that. Is he the first? And it just became like, he is the first. That might be a thing. Anyway, I'm done. It's a Mandela effect thing. I swear to God it was stated on screen, but apparently not, so. Let's see. Vulcans work in Starfleet. Hazras. You get the sense that Vulcan education and science is held in high regard, so someone with Vulcan education would be allowed to work in Starfleet. Hazras, the first Vulcan thing doesn't make sense, but I do remember that in an episode Trek says that a Vulcan science officer in Starfleet is highly praised. Yeah. Anyway, very good. We should actually fucking do a live or a video talking about that specific topic, because that's actually really interesting. I do have the Mandela effect thing going on, though, where I swear to God that it was said, but apparently not, so. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, getting back to the episode at hand. This was a fantastic episode. The Vulcan lower decks, the Klingon lower decks, and the Pakled lower decks. I'm hungry. You should eat. You're smart. Red alarm. Red alarm. This is a great episode. This is so well written. I would say this is probably the best episode. The most Star Trek like episode of Lower Decks without being referential, just for the sake of being referential. This is the most, you could take this script and turn it into a TNG episode and it would work perfectly, pretty much as is. So, yeah, fantastic episode. We should probably talk about the episode. We're getting way off track with the Spock thing. I would love to see a Romulan ship interact with a full-on Romulan Starfleet, or full-on Vulcan Starfleet vessel. I think they are going to see humans then and be like, shit, it is Vulcans. Colin says, first to graduate Starfleet Academy, maybe. Perhaps graduation from the Vulcan Science Institute is the same graduation for Starfleet Academy in terms of entry into Starfleet. A big deal was made of him going into Starfleet by his father and not going to the Vulcan Science Academy. I think the Intrepid thing basically was a Starfleet ship that was just crewed by a bunch of all Vulcans, but all Vulcans from the Vulcan Science Academy and not necessarily Starfleet graduates. I think I like that designation, that you can be in Starfleet like T'Pol was, but you didn't graduate from Starfleet Academy, therefore you're not the first Vulcan to go through Starfleet Academy and become a Starfleet officer. You become an officer by like being awarded it? I don't know. The only Mandela timeline changes that freaked me out, the Bernstein Bears, which is Bernstein Bears now, and C-3PO is a silver leg now in the original movies. What? Yes, there's a lot of Mandela effect things that just confuse the shit out of me. And I swear to God that me and some of my friends aren't from the same timeline because they remember it differently than I do, and yet some of my other friends remember it 100% like I do. So it's just... Anyway, 116 likes. Can we get... Let's get 9 more likes. Let's get to 125 likes if possible, guys. Hit that like button. Anybody else have anything to say about the episode? Any last super chats? Let's see, who's got the last super chat slot? Right now it's Fleetpaw. Fleetpaw with a $2 super chat. That's the last super chat slot. 7 more likes, guys. Let's get 7 more likes, get to 125. I'm kind of winding down now, I feel. I'm thirsty, too. Squadra Course snipes in with a $1 super chat for that last super chat slot. Thank you so much, Squadra Course. The Mandela effect is caused by Luke Wilson and Loki. Well, there you go. But no, that Spock question was a good question. I forget who asked me that now. Where does it show it in canon? Forget who asked, but thank you. That's a very good stroll into the rabbit hole that is Spock, the first Starfleet Vulcan. Raymond Anders says the second Starfleet ship to have all Vulcan crew was USS Sarek Miranda class that is in the FASA RPG book. Ooh, I'll take a look at that. They're just over there. Yesterday's Enterprise is all Mandela effect with Guinan knowing everything is different. Yes, exactly. You yawned, I yawned, the toaster yawned, and then I smashed it with a sledgehammer. Fun times laughing my ass off. Great, good job. All right, well, Squadra Course has that last super chat slot right now. If anybody else is interested in it, by all means, snipe away. If you're not interested in it, then don't worry about it. It's fine. Can we get 5 more likes, though? Ugh. Pug. 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 This is my pug, and that is my rug. And I'm just gonna go and shrug. I don't know. Don't ask. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny that 3 of us was able to hang so well and long in that fight. It's cool, though. Squadra Chorus throws in $2. Take that, you sneaky snipers. Oh, wait. Cryptic Spider-Man, $2. Matt Boardman, I demand my wand and fries and a cheeseburger. On my mug, yes. It's been a fun talk. Talk to you later. See you later, Hezraz. Thank you so much for joining us. 4 more likes, guys. Can I get 4 more likes? 4 people out there haven't hit that like button, and I know you haven't. Pug be like, leave me alone, Human. I'll bite you. Oh, she would never bite anybody. This one is so little and so cute and doesn't bite nobody. The mouthy live long and prosper at the end was funny. Yeah, live long and prosper, sir. I wasn't yawning, so if you yawn because of that, it wasn't my fault. Tony, I agree with you. The funeral of Nelson Mandela. Raymond says, I have a taco. Tacos are great. Matt Boardman, it requires a proper wand fitting at Ollivander's first. The moment you realize the sidekick Foley has been speaking for the main character Pug for 2 hours. It's like living in the Twilight Zone, to be honest. The Mandela effect, yes. Yes, it has. It does feel like it is the Twilight Zone. And Raymond says, no, my dog. Your dog is a taco? I'm confused, but I'm also really fucking tired. The night before my flight, I got no sleep. I even went to bed early. I went to bed at like 10 p.m. Couldn't get to sleep. Started getting tired and drifting off around 5 a.m. when I had to be up at 6. So I didn't get any sleep. And then last night, I got maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, because of the flood. Our bed is gone, so we're sleeping upstairs on a different mattress, and it's just a shitty situation. And Sylvia had some leg pain, so the dogs and stuff were kind of bothering her, so I decided to come downstairs and sleep on the couch, and didn't go so well. So I haven't been much sleep, so I'm super tired, so I apologize. Oh, his name is Taco. Hello, Taco. Hello, Taco the dog. Yes, Raymond, thank you so much for the books. I did not expect that many books. That is incredible. Like I said, I'll have to show you guys. I'll do a captain's log on the shipment from Raymond Anders that I got, which was fantastic. But so stay tuned for that. And like I said, some really cool Star Trek props in a future captain's log coming up. So 2 more likes, guys. I want 2 more likes and another $5 for super chats if possible. That'd be awesome. So $5 and 2 more likes before I end the stream. Unless any of you have something else to say about this episode, beside the fact that it was the best episode of this season, possibly of Lower Decks ever. Nicolas Cage one that similar to other stuff. Can't believe no one mentioned the episode title, Wij Doge, written in Klingon script. Yes, you apparently know what that means. Another Mandela effect. I thought TNG started in 1986 when I started middle school, but then looked online and it didn't start until 1987. And Raymond Andrews says 100 likes here. Yes, I have 123 likes. I want 2 more likes though. 2 more likes get to 125. So take a look at your thumb button. If you haven't hit it, hit it. Let's get 2 more likes. And if possible, $5 more would be fantastic. If not, that's fine too. I'm just gonna go at some point. Fleetpaw throws in $5. Ask and ye shall receive. I still have to compare the Klingon script, but it looks legit. I'm sure it is legit, dude. And you said it stands for 3 ships. That's the translation. I was reading somewhere online earlier that it stood for lower decks. So I gotta hit the hay. All right, we'll see you later, Scott. Gotta go. I'll talk to you later. I'm into this Mandela Effect convo. It fascinates me. Have fun. Maybe we'll have a Mandela Effect live talking about Mandela Effects things. So stay tuned. One more like, guys. I need one more like. I need 125 likes before I can. 125. You know who would have been that last like? That would have been Dickface, whatever the fuck his name was that was in here. Impersonating everybody. There it is, 125. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, there's 125 now, Matt. So anyway, guys, that is it. Thank you so much. And Fleetpaw has the last super chat slot, so thank you so much. And anyways, guys, I am out of here. Thank you for watching. Sorry I couldn't focus today, but anyway. Yes, good night, Raymond. Thank you so much again for that shipment of books. That is awesome. And thank you to everyone who's watched. I don't know how on my phone. You hit the thumbs up button. If you can't see the thumbs up button because of the live chat, you just hit the little X in the top right corner of the live chat. That'll close the live chat. Then you hit the thumbs up, and then there'll be two little speech bubbles in the same row as the thumbs up button. You hit that, and it brings the live chat back up. So there you go. Since I'm late now, I gotta go rewatch. You go do that Project Achieve. It was a pretty good discussion, actually. Sleep, Foley, but for real this time. No stalling till 5 a.m. I wish it was that easy, man. Insomnia is a bitch. I don't always suffer from it, but anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live review of this episode. It'll be a good one, because I'm sure Samuel loved it. So we'll see what we score it. Is it the best out of all Lower Decks? Could very well be. See you then, guys. Have a good one.